Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Why Mega Evolve. Now, earlier last week we talked about Mega Leavanny, and today we're going to be talking about Mega Durant. But before we get started, let me just give you guys a brief explanation of what this series is about. Now, every week I will be picking two Pokemon that either need a Mega Evolution, deserve a Mega Evolution, or I want a Mega Evolution for. This is based off my opinion alone, and no one else's. Now, if you guys do not like my opinion, then please post your own opinions in the comment section down below about what would you keep, what would you change, and etc. And at the end of every video, we'll be telling you guys which Pokemon we're going to be talking about the following day. So with that said, here is Mega Durant. Now, Durant is one of those unique Pokemon because I was not expecting to be getting an ant-based Pokemon for a Pokemon whatsoever. And in 5th gen, we did, which is obviously Durant. Now, I would love to see this thing get a Mega Evolution. Now, the picture that I actually have for you guys to show is kind of like Mega Pinsir, like how Pinsir doesn't have any wings, but when it Mega Evolves, it grows wings. So that's where Durant comes in. It does grow wings from this picture, so I kind of want this design for Mega Durant, but at the same time I don't, considering that it will be just like Pinsir growing wings when it Mega Evolves. So maybe there could be a different design for it, but as of right now, this design is perfect for it. Now, as you can tell from the stats, I increased everything except its special attack because its special attack is piss poor at base 48, and there's no point in me giving any points into its special attack, considering that if I do, then that would be less points I can actually distribute throughout its other stats. So I just left it alone. Now for its physical attack, I raised it from base 109 to base 129. Now, the one thing about Durant that I really love is that it's kind of unique in its own way, considering that its stats are kind of like all over the place in a way, considering that its base stat is at 484 when it doesn't Mega Evolve, and when it Mega Evolves it's at 584, which is kind of a unique number because you really never see that in a Pokemon. Usually most Pokemon have like base like 500, 430, something like that. It's like always even, and or not even, but like rounded out, I would say. So it's kind of unique for Durant to actually have those kind of stats distributed. Now, the reason why I increased its attack stat by only 20 points is that I didn't want it to actually make it overpowered because Durant does get access to Hone's Claws, so you can actually have Hone's Claws on this set up and basically sweep from there, because even though Durant does have a piss poor special defense, its physical defense is actually pretty high. So that's what I did for its physical defense. I raised it from base 112 to base 141. I wanted to give it a good chunk into its defense as well, considering that it is its highest stat is its defense. So at base 141, this thing can take hits pretty well. I'm not sure it'll be able to live like a Flare Blitz from like a Talonflame or anything, but it's a possibility depending if you're going to be running like Impish or Careful or something like that, something to boost its physical defense. So it's most likely just going to be Impish or something like that, and you can always just set up, and I believe Hone's Claws just raises your attack and your evasionness or accuracy, I believe, one of those two. So it's pretty good. So it's most likely you're going to be able to live at least one hit, set up the Hone's Claws, and pretty much sweep from there. Now, like I said, I left the special attack alone. So now for its special defense, it has the same base stat as its special attack at base 48. So I thought it was piss poor, okay? I actually needed to increase it quite a bit. So what I've done is I increased it from base 48 to base 78, a good 30-point chunk into its special defense, considering that it's not going to be able to live a special hit from anything, basically. This thing could probably die from a Thunderbolt from like a Pikachu or something like that, and I believe it's neutral as well, and that's how powerful, or that's how weak its special defense is. So I actually needed to give this a good chunk of the points I could distribute into its special defense, knowing that it can hopefully live like a Flamethrower or something like that, which I highly doubt it, because considering that Durant is Bug Steel, its only true weakness is Fire, which is ×4. There's no move that is ×2 effective, so the only really weakness it has is Fire. So that kind of does suck in a way, but it's not going to be able to live a hit, I guarantee you that. But it's a high possibility that it can, but it's not for certain, basically. Now for its last stat, I raised its speed from base 109 to base 120. Now its speed has the same base stat as its physical attack, but I didn't want to increase it as much as I would like to, considering that I had to give a good chunk of the point distribution to its special defense, so I only raised its speed by 11 to make it 120. And even at base 109, it pretty much outspeeds majority of the metagame already, so it's not really, it needs a huge like increase into its speed. So base 120 is pretty good actually, so it's perfect right there. It doesn't need to be higher, doesn't need to be lower. It's perfect for where it is. Now I already went over the base stats, so for its ability, I decided to give this thing Guts. Now it's most likely your opponent's either gonna paralyze you because you already have a base 120 speed, or your opponent's gonna either burn you like from like a wheezing or what's it called, a Sableye, using Will-O-Wisp or something like that. So giving this thing the Guts ability is actually pretty useful for it, because I didn't give it that much of an increase for its physical attack, even though it does have like a base 109 as just a regular Durant. So if this thing does get burned, it's pretty much GG for your opponent, because I was thinking about giving this thing Strong Jaw, but the only like biting base moves it gets is Thunder Fang and Crunch, and I believe Bite as well. So there's really no point in giving it Strong Jaw if it only has 2 Fang moves. So that could have worked as well. But if you're going to be running like a set for Durant, I would probably be running Iron Head, Shadow Claw, Thunder Fang, and probably Bug Bite. So that's a good move for it. Or you could run Hone's Claws if you want to, so you can give this thing Hone's Claws, Iron Head, Bug Bite, either Thunder Fang, Crunch, or Shadow Claw, something like that. So that can also work as well. Now for its typing, I just left it alone as Bug Steel. I was thinking about making this thing part flying some sort, but if I did, it would be just basically a clone of Pinsir, so I didn't want to actually have that happen. So Bug Steel, I just left it alone because it's a perfect ability for it, and its only weakness is Fire, which is 4 times effective. Now I would have given this thing like probably heat proof, but not really in the sense that I wanted to, because that if I did, then it would probably be broken in a way, depending on what tier it would probably be put in. Most likely UU. I believe this thing is probably in UU already, so it wouldn't really like change tiers already, so it's perfect to where it is right now. So I also want to go over its ability a couple minutes again, or a little bit more. Now a lot of people, so this thing is part steel, so it's not like you're going to be able to get toxic or anything, so you already resist poison. So the only thing you can do is either get burned, or you can also get paralyzed, which your opponent is most likely going to put paralysis you, and it's not likely your opponent's going to be burning you either, considering that its special defense is pretty piss poor, and one flamethrower from basically anything will probably knock you out. So your best chance is either to get paralyzed or hopefully get burned from like a Sableye. So that's the only downside from its ability. Still would have given it a Strong Jaw, but it only gets access to 3 Fang moves. So anyways, that's it for Mega Durant. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this Y Mega Evolve video, don't forget to leave me a like, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. Next week, or what was it, next week, earlier or later down the line of the week, we are going to be talking about, I just had it, where'd it go? We're going to be talking about Mega Ursaring, okay? So, like I said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this Y Mega Evolve video, don't forget to leave me a like, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. I am White Boy for the win, and I'll catch you guys later with Mega Ursaring later down the line of the week.